Hi everyone and welcome to Butterfly Learnings podcast. Today we are happy to have Miss Sakina Shora in our podcast. She is a speech and language pathologist and she's in this field for 10 years.
Thank you so much, Kushi, for having me here. I'm an audiologist and speech language pathologist. I do have about 10 years of experience in this field, and I'm really looking forward to having a good chat with you about it.
And we'll have a great chat.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So I would and our audience would like to know that what made you choose a career in speech and language pathology.
Okay, so it's not a very interesting story actually. I was looking to get into psychology. Actually, I did do my 3 months in psychology, but then at that time it was more like we had to give MHCET, we had to give also college exam, entrance all India entrance exam, and after giving that entrance exam we had to wait. So I couldn't really do nothing. I got into another college. I started with psychology also, and but then I also started giving exams there.
Okay.
Exam time भी आ गया था. तो तभी हमारे results आ गए, and I got into our college, Ali Yavar Jung National Institute,
Okay.
Which is in Bandra. तो वहाँ मुझे एंट्रेंस से एडमिशन मिल गया, एंड सो देन आई लेफ्ट साइकोलॉजी एंड आई गॉट इनटू दिस.
So for this you had to give कोई और exams or something, or how you got to know कि आपको speech and language pathology ही करनी है अगर आपके mind में psychology था तो.
सो आई डिड हैव अ फ्रेंड. मेरी एक फ्रेंड थी जिनके डैड एक्चुअली इज अ प्रोफेसर इन द सेम कॉलेज. So that is how I got to know about this course. Then थोड़ा हमने deep dive किया, थोड़ा research किया क्या है and all that, and then I said yes, I like it. I would like to go ahead with it because मुझे I wanted to get into something that was biology was first of all, as you know, 11th 12th वगैरह हमने किया तो biology was the interest. And then it became like therapy was the interest. So I wanted to get into something with therapy. Therapy में ही कुछ करना था. So yeah, then I was like, this sounds interesting. Not many, ज़्यादा लोगों को पता नहीं था इसके बारे में. Still I was like कि चलो ठीक है, I will give it a shot, and it turned out to be really good. Yeah.
That's great. आप कौन से स्पीच इश्यूज़ या कौन से इश्यूज़ जो बोलने में तकलीफ या जो कुछ भी लैंग्वेज और स्पीच के रिलेटेड है वो आप कौन से ट्रीट करते हैं?
फॉर ओल्डर अडल्ट्स आफ्टर स्ट्रोक, सीनियर सिटीजन्स, उनको स्ट्रोक होता है तो उसके बाद यूजुअली उनका स्पीच डिक्लाइन होता है. ओके, सम ऑफ देम टोटल लॉस ऑफ स्पीच भी होता है कुछ लोगों के लिए. सो येस, आई डू दैट. Adults who have stuttering issues जो हकलाना बोलते हैं वो. Children जिनको जो ठीक से बोल नहीं पाते, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ठीक से बोल नहीं पाते, which means उनके कुछ वर्ड्स क्लियर नहीं है, उनको हकलाने का भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, फास्ट बोलने का भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. ऑल्सो कुछ बच्चे जो डिलेड लैंग्वेज के हैं. ओके, सो डिलेड लैंग्वेज सिंपली मीन्स वो एक डेवलपमेंटल इशू है. ओके, डेवलपमेंटल मतलब ग्रोथ, उनका जो लैंग्वेज ग्रोथ है वो उनके एज के हिसाब से नहीं हो रहा है. या सो दैट ऑल्सो आई टेक अ लुक एट. चिल्ड्रन हु हैव सिंड्रोम्स, जिनको सिंड्रोम्स है, सो फॉर एग्जांपल डाउन सिंड्रोम. So yes, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, I take a look at all of that because वहाँ इन बच्चों में speech काफी delayed होता है, and we have to work a lot on not just speech, not only language. हमें oral motor exercises पर भी काम, overall muscle development पर भी काम करना पड़ता है. So I take a look at wide range of clients, from very small children to very old senior citizens also.
So, what is the age wherein you take in children in your clinic or something?
I start from even as small as 6 months old.
Oh,
Yeah, six months. Yeah, 6
तभी
months
तो they
old,
might be
yeah.
babbling, मतलब something like that sounds.
Yeah, so there comes, parents have got some type of diagnosis
Acha.
from the pediatrician
Okay.
or something. So that is when they come for an evaluation. So I check whether their milestones उनके एज के हिसाब से जैसे होना चाहिए वैसे है या नहीं है. ओके, एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली हम लोग मूव ऑन करते हैं. मे बी they don't need therapy at that time.
Okay.
I give them a home program. उनको home program में दे देती हूँ कि आप ये चीजें देखो, ये चीजों पर ध्यान दीजिए घर में, एंड ये चीजें आप कर सकते हैं बच्चे के साथ at home to develop their speech and language. So it's like a home program I give
Okay.
them. If
For
it's
very young kids.
very young kids, and definitely by the age of 12 months, 18 months,
Okay.
we get a more clearer picture, and it's not too late then also to start
Yeah.
therapy, definitely. So yeah, these are pretty much the youngest ones that I've had.
And what is the age of oldest?
I've had even 94-year-olds.
Oh,
Yes.
that's very big thing.
Yes. So उनको अगर suppose they have a brain hemorrhage or a stroke or an accident, they first of all speech loss होता है, language loss होता है, but at the same time swallowing के भी issues होते हैं उनको.
हाँ, because if speech is not proper या उनका overall muscles काम नहीं कर रहा है तो they won't be able to swallow.
Yes. Then there also we have this thing that it's just the muscles that are weakened,
Yeah.
or also the brain is
Okay.
not sending signals to the muscles.
Okay.
So we work on that even in swallowing issues.
Yeah.
I give them swallowing. It's called swallowing therapy or dysphagia therapy.
Okay.
Okay. Dysphagia का मतलब यही होता है impaired swallowing.
Okay.
So we work on dysphagia at 94-year-old, and it can happen actually to anybody.
Okay.
A swallowing disorder can happen to anybody if that person has had a stroke, brain hemorrhage, accident, road traffic accident. So swallowing food is one of the basic needs of life.
Exactly.
They'd obviously, if it can be improved, they don't want to be on a tube for their entire
Yeah.
life. So that is where I step in.
Oh, that's great. So for swallowing and everything, you might be doing some sort of exercise, or you tell them to do exercise, or you do this kind of exercise.
I help them swallow every morsel of food,
Oh.
and every sip of whatever it is, drink
Yeah.
or water, and it depends. First we do हम evaluation करके देखते हैं
Okay.
कि where exactly lies the problem.
Okay.
हम instrumental evaluation भी करते हैं, which is like an endoscopy.
Okay.
Okay, we put a camera in the mouth and
Yeah.
we check कि उनको problem exactly हो कहाँ है, and then after that we also see based on those results what technique will be the best suited for them and what type of food सॉलिड्स खा सकते हैं, लिक्विड्स पी सकते हैं, या फिर सेमी सॉलिड्स पे हमें रिस्ट्रिक्ट करना पड़ेगा. ऑल दोज थिंग्स हम चेक करते हैं कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली विल बी बेस्ट फॉर देम टू swallow, and then based on that I give them a plan. I help them swallow every morsel, every sip, if it is a
Okay.
liquid, semi-liquid, whatever. And it is a bit tricky. We have to be in very close contact with the family,
Okay.
because it is a little risky also.
Yeah.
Because अगर वो गलत पाइप में चला गया, विंड पाइप में through the wind pipe lungs में चला गया, so then there is a risk for pneumonia. So we have to be very careful about that. So that is where swallowing therapy comes in.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So in that swallowing, they don't know how to even suck from a straw, I guess, or something.
yes.
Just drinking water or.
Yeah, so sucking from the straw can be tricky for some people if the muscles are weak. But yeah, it may not be as problematic for some people also. But then again, if we are working with liquids, with water, then only. Otherwise, we don't work with. We are not giving water intake. Water intake दे ही नहीं रहे. Sucking water through the straw it is.
But अगर उनकी muscles वैसे ही weak हैं and they are not even able to suck water or drink something and simultaneously they are not able to eat also. तब आप क्या करते हैं? मतलब तब भी same exercises या techniques होती है या some different techniques?
Yeah, first we do work on strengthening the muscles.
Okay.
But see, swallowing can improve by swallowing. Be improved by swallowing. So yes, we work with safe textures of food. So as I said, if liquids are not good for them, according to our evaluation, we work with thickened food.
Can you give examples?
Pudding, custard, consistency and all. For example, khichdi. Okay. So that is thick food, little thick food, जिसमें water content कम हो. So we work with that.
But ज़्यादा chew भी ना करना पड़े और direct gulp भी ना हो.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So there are many things we have to look at. Through the evaluation, we see, as I said, instrumental evaluation and subjective also we see how they are able to swallow based on all their the strength of their muscles also. And also which muscles are working well, which are not working well. It's a pretty detailed examination that we do. Yeah.
So do you have a whole team or you are just the only single person handling?
It's just me. I did have, but then that was when I just had some prior commitments that I had to attend to. So I did have another speech therapist under me who was handling my clinic and all that. But now it's just me.
So you do all the evaluation by yourself and everything. Yes. So you have your own clinic, I guess.
Yes, I have my own clinic. It's in Bandra West on Hill Road. Okay. It's called Shora Hearing and Speech Clinic. So I work with audiology, hearing disorders also. People who have hearing issues. We prescribe hearing aids for them. Along with speech therapy, this is also what I do.
That's great. So can you tell our audience that what strategies do you use to keep your clients and patients motivated? Like many people feel that they are not able to eat or they are not able to hear. So how you keep them motivated कि नहीं सब ठीक है and हो जाएगा, and you have to have that हिम्मत कि वो हो जाएगा आगे.
Yes, I work a lot on motivation. Trust me when I say in the beginning sessions, because I am quite long term with my patients. Okay, therapy, as you know, that therapy is not like a doctor-patient relationship where it's just you
one visit,
consult, 2 consult, maximum 5 consults they may have throughout maybe 2-3 months. We are pretty daily with them. Okay, 3 times a week, maybe 2 times or once a week, but we are there for them, with them for 6 months minimum, 8 months. It depends, of course, on the severity. So in the beginning sessions, I work so much on motivation. I would say, like, suppose I'm visiting someone today, okay, or someone comes to me today. The very first thing I try to do is build rapport with them.
That's the main thing. If the patient doesn't know who the doctor is, he or she won't be comfortable with you.
Exactly. And my goal here is, if you are comfortable with me, only then we'll be able to move forward, because you have to be able to talk to me. If you are not able to talk to me, if you are not comfortable talking to me here in your mind, then you will not be able to put into effect anything that I'm teaching you. Okay. So half the session, of course, I have to do my evaluations. I have to talk to the person with them, their family member. But whether it's a child or whether it's an adult or senior citizen, आधा सेशन सिर्फ रैपो बिल्ड करने में जाता है.
वो होता ही है.
So but this is not just a one session. Okay. Moving forward also, second session, third session, fourth session, especially with children, because you know their moods can change if they've not slept properly. ठीक से उनको नींद नहीं मिली है, यहाँ आके रोएंगे,
कभी भूख लग गई या समथिंग,
सेशन के बीच में भी भूख लगती है उनको. सो आई हैव टू बी वेरी फ्लेक्सिबल लाइक दैट. ओके. एंड वेरी रिसेप्टिव, वेरी वेरी रिसेप्टिव कि उनको क्या चाहिए. एटलीस्ट वो 5 मिनट के लिए, एटलीस्ट वो 10 मिनट के लिए आई हैव टू फॉलो देम, वेदर इट इज अ चाइल्ड और सीनियर सिटीजन, एनीबॉडी. 5 मिनट 10 मिनट के लिए भी मैं उनकी बात अगर सुनूंगी, वो बाकी के 40 मिनट के लिए मेरी बात सुनेंगे. सो इट इज लाइक दैट. या. सो motivation is something that I actually say these phrases, you know, you can do it. They need that. They need that. You can do it. Come on. Okay, if not 10 times, if you are working on something which needs repetitions, if not 10 times, just do it 5 times for a kid. Do it 5 times and you'll get a sticker. You'll get your favorite sticker.
That reinforcement.
Reinforcement, yes.
So you do reinforcement with adults and senior citizens as well? So what do you reinforce them?
So actually this is a very interesting one. So I had this senior citizen, उनको progressive supranuclear palsy है, PSP.
Okay.
It's a progressive disorder. Okay. So speech was there and then it keeps going down actually.
Okay.
But I've been continuously working with him. So previously in his life he used to play football. He is a very active person like that. And used to win games, used to play cards, you know, all this. तो obviously उनका motivation level ऐसा, उनका motivation source ऐसा था कि okay, I see the award, I see the reward, तो मुझे, मैं खेलूंगा, मैं जीतूंगा. So I actually got a small trophy for him. Yeah, so I said, you do this because you know, see, as you age, as a person ages, plus उनको इतने issues होते हैं, there are mood changes in the brain. The brain changes in such a way that the person has mood changes even when they don't want to. Okay. So yeah, there is anger becomes a little more, frustration becomes a little more, so you have to motivate them even more. So I got this trophy for him and I said, okay, today you do well and this trophy is yours. Okay, so I put his name and everything on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was actually, he looked at that and he's smiling and he's happy. So that actually, these things, small things.
Reinforcement always works.
Definitely. So this was a literal reinforcement. But with others also I say, so for example, I had this one senior citizen. He likes to sing. Yeah. So I said, okay, we'll do this, and then at the end of the session we will sing some songs. So that also becomes, you know, something to look forward.
Yeah.
At the end of the session. So yeah, then he gets happy for sure, you know. Okay, we'll sing. So then he is a little motivated to do the work. And then at the end of the session, we do it. We do it. It's not that I don't keep my word. We do it. At the end of the session, then we sing some songs and all that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So how early you think a parent should get their child diagnosed, or the adult should be diagnosed if they don't know कि हमें कुछ हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है? So
okay. So let's start from child. Okay? So a child, as early as possible, the moment a pediatrician says that something is an issue, okay, most of the pediatricians now के वो लोग बोलते हैं कि speech therapist के पास जाओ, एक evaluation कर लो. Okay, but if the parent just आपको suspect हो रहा है कि मेरा बच्चा ठीक से बोल नहीं रहा है, clear बोल नहीं रहा है,
delayed है,
हाँ, उतने वर्ड्स नहीं बोल रहा है जितना बोलना चाहिए, जस्ट विजिट, एक इवैल्यूएशन कर लीजिए. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स ऐसा होता है कि उनको इतनी थेरेपी की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. हम होम प्रोग्राम देके ही बोल देते हैं कि यू डू दिस एट होम एंड यू फॉलो अप इन 2 weeks 3 weeks maybe a month or so, depends, because what we believe is early identification, hearing हो या speech हो, early identification is key and early intervention is key.
Exactly.
So the earlier we are able to help the child, later in life the less therapy they will need. Later in life the less reliant उनको इतनी help की ज़रूरत नहीं होगी from anybody, from a therapist, parents, anybody, because वो independent हो जाएंगे. Now this is for a child. For an adult or for a senior citizen, the moment of course, even when they are after they are out of the ICU, out of danger, once they are, but still while they are in the hospital sends a speech therapist to them. Okay, and that is the best, and continue after you are discharged also.
Okay.
But after, even if that doesn't happen, जैसे ही आप discharge हो from the hospital, start speech therapy, because the family members, of course, now क्योंकि उनके पास उनको already language था, वो already बात करते थे, so obviously family members को पता है now that कि वो इतने अच्छे से बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, swallow नहीं कर रहे हैं, whatever may be the issue, voice उनका निकल नहीं रहा है. So just visit a speech therapist, get an evaluation done. In these cases, most of the time थोड़ा intensive speech therapy की ज़रूरत होती है. But within the first 3 months after the stroke, after the hemorrhage, the first 3 months are the most critical into getting good progress.
Okay.
So definitely first 3 months ऐसे जाना नहीं चाहिए without therapy, whether it be physiotherapy, speech therapy.
So ऐसा होता है कि if the child or an adult is normal, no accident, nothing ऐसा कुछ, and उनका speech deteriorate होता है या अचानक they don't speak clear या ऐसा कुछ होता है?
Yeah. So for a child, now the child say about 2 years of age, okay, parent comes to me, parent बोल रहे हैं कि बच्चा मेरा बोलता था, सारे वर्ड्स बोलता था, वर्ड्स दो वर्ड्स मिला के भी बोलता था, लेकिन वो अभी सडनली बंद कर दिया, सडनली वर्ड्स कम हो गए या तो फिर सडनली बोलना ही बंद कर दिया. सो दीज आर रियली, दैट्स कॉल्ड रिग्रेशन. Okay, regression in speech, and these are also indicators of autism. So it takes a lot of things to diagnose autism and all, but these are symptoms we see in autism. So definitely this is the time when speech therapy, intensive speech therapy is needed, because वो regression हुआ है, and to get back the language, to get back the speech, to get back communication, not just verbally. See, in these cases when we say speech therapy, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम सिर्फ verbally काम करते हैं. No, verbally मतलब words हमारे. We also work on gestures, if need be sign language. But we also work on communication. It can be through boards, communication boards, or high-tech AACs, alternative augmentative communication devices, through which the child can communicate their needs and not get frustrated कि they want to say something, they want to communicate with their parent, लेकिन वो communicate कैसे करे, क्योंकि उनकी modality ही नहीं है, verbally भी वो words नहीं बोल रहे हैं,
उनको अगर उतना समझ ही नहीं आएगा तो वो बोलेंगे कैसे?
So that is where speech therapy comes into play. हम उनको help करते हैं verbally also and through devices also, if we see that okay, we'll start with a communication device. And most of the times it really reduces the frustration, not just of the child but of the parent also. Because they are able to, basic needs, they are able to communicate, food, more food, toilet, anything. Okay, so it really helps. These AAC boards, the alternative augmentative communication boards, are boards which have pictures or the written words on them. तो AAC बोर्ड में क्या होता है, सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल कुछ वर्ड्स ऐसे होंगे फूड, टॉयलेट, हेल्थ, वाटर, ऑल दीज थिंग्स. So the misconception here is that अगर चाइल्ड AAC बोर्ड यूज करेगा तो उसको वर्बल आउटपुट स्पीच नहीं आएगा, which is not true. It is not true. In fact, research has shown that if a child uses the AAC board, it does help them with verbal output. You know, but then again, अब क्या हो रहा है आजकल कि we are also neurodivergent affirming therapists.
Okay.
Okay, I am a neurodivergent affirming therapist, which means that see, if a child does not have verbal expression, they may only stick to AAC boards, and that is fine because they are able to communicate well with the AAC boards. Okay, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम we are going to push too much towards verbal expression. Okay, there are children in this entire world जो सिर्फ AAC बोर्ड से communicate करते हैं, and that is okay. Parents, when it comes to parents, they want the child to verbally
Communicate.
express, but it really takes a lot to actually accept कि मेरा बच्चा नहीं बोल रहा है. AAC बोर्ड इज हिज कम्युनिकेशन बेस. जैसे ही मराठी, इंग्लिश, हिंदी, तमिल, गुजराती ऐसे होता है, साइन लैंग्वेज, अमेरिकन साइन लैंग्वेज, इंडियन साइन लैंग्वेज, ब्रिटिश साइन लैंग्वेज होता है. इन द सेम वे द चाइल्ड्स कम्युनिकेशन मेथड इज द बोर्ड. दैट इज देयर टूल ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. वो एक्सेप्ट करना इज अ लिटिल डिफिकल्ट
बिकॉज उनको ऐसा लगता है कि हमें डिवाइस नहीं देना है. बाकी मतलब डिवाइस के अलावा साइन लैंग्वेज या जेस्चर्स वो सब एवरीथिंग इज फाइन बट नॉट द डिवाइस.
So there actually what you said is a really good point. So the child points, the child pulls the mother to
that is much okay for parent rather than the device.
Exactly. And that is where I say that this is going to help your child. Be open to it. You also learn, you study it, how you're supposed to use it. And in each session, I insist that the parent be there, observe what we are doing. I involve them in the therapy with the child, so that whatever program I give them to follow at home, they are able to do that well. Okay, so the parent involvement is absolutely compulsory, not just necessary. It's compulsory. मेरे sessions में.
For adults as well.
For adults also, I say somebody should be there with them. Because see, I do give, it depends on the issue, but I do give home programs adults के लिए भी.
अच्छा.
Senior citizens के लिए भी. So there has to be somebody to monitor their speech.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times जो adults को जो speech issues होते हैं वो खुद feedback वो खुद monitor नहीं कर पाते. So अगर an adult has an issue called as aphasia. Okay, aphasia simply there are many types of aphasias, but for
not exactly aphasia. It is about speech.
It's a language disorder. Okay, so there is a certain center in the brain called the Broca's area and the Wernicke's area that can be affected, which causes aphasia. Okay, it's a language disorder. Now there is a non-fluent aphasia and a fluent aphasia. I'll just explain it in short. Non-fluent aphasia matlab they are understanding everything that you tell them. Okay, it may be a little impaired. They may not understand it completely. Okay, but their output is a little affected. Okay. And in fluent aphasia क्या होता है? They may understand also what you are saying, but they are so fluent just like they were before the stroke or whatever. Before that, but their words will not make sense.
Acha.
So, in short, it's a language disorder. We have to work on language. So when we work on that, now when suppose I have aphasia, okay, and you are talking to me. मैं इतना कॉम्प्रिहेंड समझ में नहीं आएगा मुझे कि आप क्या बोल रहे हो.
Okay.
Okay, but I try to answer. Okay, and if I'm answering so fluently, okay, लेकिन आपको मेरी बात समझ में नहीं आ रही क्योंकि मेरे words में meaning ही नहीं है.
हाँ.
So if I am not able to understand what I hear, how will I be able to understand what I speak?
Exactly.
Right? So that is why somebody has to be there to monitor their practice at home,
Okay.
to monitor how they are doing in the session, so that they also understand what we are working on and how they're supposed to help them, not just in practice sessions at home, but in general conversation at home.
No.
Because say हम लोग बोलते हैं कि यू नो आप जाके प्रैक्टिस करो, ये प्रैक्टिस करो वगैरह, लेकिन कम ऑन बच्चों के साथ तो फिर भी बैठ सकते हैं. In reality इतना नहीं होता है with adults and senior citizens.
Yeah.
So so I just say, you know, you put this into practice. How to put it into practice? मैं वैसे वाले activities देती हूँ उनको at home. So it's more practical.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what toolkits or strategies you use in your clinic?
So here's the thing. I use different strategies for every patient. It is very tailor-made.
Huh.
It is very
Personalized, very personalized.
very personalized for each client. So I use many different tools, whether it be games on a tablet, whether it be just games,
Board games
or any toys or anything. Whether it be again AAC also, I decide whether हमें device अभी देना है या फिर physical AAC like a cardboard with pictures on
Okay.
it.
So AAC is for adults, senior citizens, and for children all?
Yes, for every, it
Okay.
can be used for every. Strategies wise also, it's very very tailor made. You know, like so for example, we do have many speech strategies for specific disorders, specific speech issues, specific language issues, voice issues. There are many. So so what I do is that I do bring in for one patient. Suppose you are
Okay.
Suppose you have a voice issue. Suppose. So any other, because I have the knowledge of all other therapies, I bring in any other. I tailor make your strategy that I have to use with you for your voice. I bring in other tools also from other therapies. Okay, so for example, if I have to get you to control your loudness or control your pitch, okay, in your voice, I do use some apps on the phone.
Okay.
So when there is visual feedback and when there is something that you can go home and do it also with you, I do that. So I usually don't do something that will only stay with me in the session. I always try to make it something that is, first of all, like a free app that you can download, you can use it and go home also, you'll be able to do it, you'll be able to practice. So yeah, and those feedback, because those apps, they give feedback.
Okay.
कि अगर मैं I'm holding it steady. If I want to hold it steady, is it showing that I'm holding it steady?
Okay.
When you see that line moving, when it's moving like that, you know it's not steady.
Okay.
So I use these kind of strategies and tools.
So do you use oral placement therapy kit for chewing, feeding, or
the chewy tubes and all?
Okay.
Yes, I do those V pens and all the vibrating brushes and all. Yes, again, client specific. If they need it, then only I use it, and of course if they can afford it. But yeah, I do push, like if they really need it, I do push to just try to get it. So then we use it even for senior citizens. It is needed.
So, what is the difference between speech, voice, and language? Like, how do you treat them? अगर किसी को voice, and what is the difference, exact difference between all of these?
So, speech is something that is, it's not. See, what is language? Language is our words. Language is Hindi, Marathi, Tamil,
English,
Kannada,
whatever
whatever.
language.
These are all our languages. Speech involves also our muscles, our pitch, our loudness. All these things can come under speech. Okay. Now, voice, of course, voice is voice that you understand. But voice also has different aspects: pitch, loudness, timbre. Okay, that's timbre is something that is specific to, like a fingerprint.
Okay.
It is very, very unique to every individual. Okay, so we work with those kind of aspects in voice. Again, swallowing is swallowing, as I already explained about food, textures of food, consistency of food, and all. Yeah. So these are different things. Some people may only have a speech issue. Some people, as I said, aphasia is a language disorder.
Okay.
Where we have to work a lot with words and sentences and comprehending, understanding के मैंने अगर एक सेंटेंस बोला है तो सेंटेंस में क्या बोला है वो अंडरस्टैंड कैसे करेंगे हम. Speech is mostly we work with the muscles and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What common challenges do you face with all of your clients? Like that one or two common challenges जो हर कोई भी client, whatever client, उनका कोई भी डिसऑर्डर हो या कोई भी मे बी हियरिंग या स्पीच या कोई भी, तो वो एक कॉमन चैलेंज होता होगा.
I think keeping them motivated for a longer time.
हाँ.
Definitely, because as I said, therapy is a long-term thing.
And a patient also needs to have patience for that.
Yes, and even if sometimes the patient also has that, but it's the caregivers.
Okay.
We live in a one-day delivery era, so it is like why
That
quick
snap
results.
in a snap.
Yeah, we want quick results in a snap, and quite a lot of my time goes in explaining. Some people understand, of course, but some people don't. It takes me few sessions to make them understand. When they sit in the session में बैठ के वो देखते हैं कि हमारा प्रोग्रेस कैसे चल रहा है, वो कैसे रिस्पॉन्ड करते, तो उनको थोड़ा बहुत समझ में आने लगता है कि ये चीज थोड़ा टाइम देगा. It is going to take time. It is going to take efforts from both the sides. तब जाके स्पीच डेवलपमेंट होगा, लैंग्वेज डेवलप होगा, इम्प्रूव होगा. Yeah. So I think keeping that motivation is a challenge. Yeah.
So caregivers और पेरेंट्स को भी मतलब आपके साथ वो रैपो बिल्डिंग सेशंस लगते हैं या इट इज ऑल ओके दैट कि पेरेंट्स अगर आपके साथ उतने कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो बट पेशेंट का कंफर्टेबल होना जरूरी है, ऐसा कुछ?
I think it goes both ways. Yeah. So the caregiver also has to be comfortable with the therapist, because in the end the caregiver is going to decide whether they want to come to
exactly.
So see, it is even if the patient is comfortable, see, just think of it like now today you are going to a doctor. Okay, you are okay with the doctor, but whoever you are with, okay, maybe your mother, dad, whoever, they say, no, I don't like how he's going about with this. And then you're like, no, it's okay. I am thinking it's fine. The medicines are working. No, tomorrow we'll go for a second opinion. So these are the things that happen in reality. So I think everybody should be comfortable. And yes, in every session, we talk about progress. कैसे हो रहा है? Whether there is no progress, whether there is progress, and how are we going about through every session, वो discussion होता है.
तो पेरेंट्स और केयर गिवर्स को टाइम लगता है या दे आर ऑल ओके कि ठीक है हम एक दो सेशन देखेंगे एंड देन वील सी दैट वी वांट टू कंटिन्यू और नॉट?
Some of them do that.
Okay.
Some of them do, yeah, they do that. कि हम देखेंगे फर्स्ट 2-3 सेशन एक हफ्ता करके देखेंगे. Then if we see he's okay with it, he's comfortable with it, the patient is comfortable with it, then we'll continue. It happens just it just happens naturally like that, and I'm respectful of that, because you have to be comfortable, otherwise there's absolutely no use, there's going to be no progress. So it's either this, you are okay with it, or it's better if you go to somebody. It's much better for the patient. See, everybody's common interest here is the patient.
Exactly.
The patient has to improve. So if the patient wants to go to somebody else, if he's comfortable with somebody else, I myself say, okay, go ahead. I will give you contacts if you want. That's fine. But in the end, our interest is
The patient should be
yes. The patient has to
recover. And
yes.
what are some misconception जो पेरेंट्स स्पीच डीले हैं जिनके बच्चों को, या जो अडल्ट्स को भी स्पीच डीले है, एंड कोई ऐसा मिसकंसेप्शन मतलब जो उनको रोके कि नहीं हमें स्पीच थेरेपी नहीं लेनी है, इट विल इम्प्रूव ग्रेजुअली ऑन इट्स ओन.
Parents, they say like, नहीं, the doctor, there are many like that. Actually, it happens that the doctor has said कि आ जाएगा speech. That used to happen a lot previously. Now it is happening a little less than before.
Because people are more aware about speech delay or autism or something. Because आप कभी pediatrician के पास भी जाते हो और अगर बच्चे को autism होता है तो they will recommend speech therapy ले लो, जबकि उनको जरूरत है ABA therapy की.
So I work in close relations with occupational therapists, or if they have to go to behavioral therapists also, because I absolutely think it's a team effort.
Exactly.
And this misconception what we are talking about is that the parents think कि speech आ जाएगा. They wait 6 months, they wait 1 year, 2
Exactly.
years.
And then they realize that the child is not able to speak, or he's not even showing in gestures or whatever the needs and wants are of the child.
Exactly. And then it becomes a bit late to start with speech therapy. But of course, because we always believe early intervention is very important. But then also, even if they come to me late, there is no use of telling them why you came late. That's not something I believe in.
Blaming that thing.
Yeah, because see, they also thought it is in their best interest. They don't want the child to go through, doctors and sessions and all these things. What they do for their child, they always think good for their child. So I don't sit and blame them. I just explain to them now what is the next step, because that is what they want to know. कि अब क्या करें? So if the language has not come in, और अगर language regress हो गया है, पहले से कम हो गया है, then just that just don't wait, just get an evaluation done. Most of the times, yes, speech therapy start करना पड़ेगा, but that will be the best for your child. That is what we say. And adults also, I think that it's more like it motivation उनमें ही कम होता है to start speech therapy.
Because they have that second thought कि अगर मैं स्पीच थेरेपी लूंगा या लूंगी तो पीपल माइट थिंक अरे इसको बोलना नहीं आता, ये थेरेपी जा रहा है. एंड अगर इसके अलावा भी somebody goes to take a mental health therapy, तो उनको भी ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं मैं किसी को बोलूंगा तो they'll think कि मेरे को डिप्रेशन है या एंजाइटी है या समथिंग लाइक दैट, एंड दे डोंट वांट कि outer world should know that कि they are taking therapy.
Yes, exactly. So there have been many instances also where therapists, whichever therapists have to go to visits. Don't tell other watchman that you're a therapist or you're a doctor or something like that. So yeah, definitely we have to respect the confidentiality. But then again, as you said, that mental health, the psychology, the psychologist, going to a psychologist and all. There are many times जब मैंने खुद बोला है कि I use the word counseling, because psychologist से therapist से बहुत डर लगता है लोगों को. But I just say counsel. Go to a counselor. अब online counseling ले लो. Okay, just talk to somebody. It's most of the time, it's the caregiver, it's the husband or the wife or the daughter or the son who is with the patient most of the time. I tell them, you go in for counseling, because it's very difficult
to accept everything.
It's very difficult, and that is how see, when it comes to adults and senior citizens, it is definitely the caregiver I talk to. कभी कभी तो आधा घंटा पौना घंटा हो जाता है.
केयर गिवर को ही इतना ज्यादा मोटिवेशन चाहिए होता है एंड उतनी हिम्मत चाहिए होती है कि ठीक है, वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट इट एंड हमें इनको थेरेपी के लिए भेजना ही पड़ेगा. एंड देयर इज नथिंग टू बी अशेम्ड ऑफ.
Exactly. So there, and then because patient में motivation कम है, when they see that somebody they've been with for their entire life, their husband, wife,
mom,
children,
dad, anybody,
when they see that they are motivated, उनमें automatically motivation आता है. But of course every session I have to motivate, that is a different thing, but वो intrinsic एक motivation होना चाहिए that okay, I want to do this, I want to get better, मुझे बात करना है. मुझे, मैं ये भी बोलती हूँ you know कि आपको आपके बेटे के साथ पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में बात करना है ना, so we'll do this, yeah, we'll talk about this,
कि आपको उनके साथ ये बात करनी है या आपको चाहिए वो बात करे, तो आपको ये प्रोसेस स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा. तो कहीं नियर फ्यूचर में आप मतलब नॉर्मली बात कर पाओगे या एटलीस्ट आपकी बातें वो सुन पाएंगे और रिस्पॉन्ड कर पाएंगे.
Exactly, yes. So that is, these things are a bit challenging and more than therapy, these things we have to work a lot on. Yeah.
So what are some early signs wherein a parent should know कि उनके child को अब speech therapy की जरूरत पड़ेगी?
Yeah, so early signs, so for example, if by say about 12 months में 1 year में first word तो आ जाता है. अगर 12 महीने में 1 साल के अंदर बच्चा बोल नहीं रहा है, yes, people say wait करो, 18 months तक आ जाता है. But if you see कि there are other issues also, कि child is not playing with other children, child खुद में ही रहना अच्छा लगता है उसको, by 18 months of age फिर भी वो फर्स्ट वर्ड नहीं बोल रहा है, babbling नहीं कर रहा है, बाबा बा मम्मा मा, okay, then by 2 years of age 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, इतने तक का ही vocabulary है उसका. So that is the time, बस within 18 months only, just get the evaluation done, go to a speech therapist, get the evaluation done. Okay, so we say that is earliest, especially mother को पता चल जाता है कि मेरा बच्चा, and then if this is a second child, third child, तो वो compare तो automatically कर लेते हैं कि मेरा पहला बच्चा तो बोल रहा था इतने टाइम में, दूसरा बच्चा मेरा अभी बोल नहीं रहा है. So in that sense पेरेंट्स ज्यादा अवेयर हो जाते हैं. बट अगर ये आपका पहला बच्चा है और बच्चा 12 महीने 16 महीने में फर्स्ट वर्ड नहीं बोल रहा है, ओके, गेट एन इवैल्यूएशन डन. ओके, डोंट वेट अप टू 2 years, 2 साल तक मत रुकना.
ओके,
18-16 मंथ्स के अंदर ही उसका पहला इवैल्यूएशन आप कर लीजिए. सो वी विल गेट अ बेटर आइडिया कि बच्चे को स्पीच थेरेपी, लैंग्वेज थेरेपी की जरूरत है या नहीं है. सो yeah, it shouldn't be delayed. Yeah.
What advice would you like to give parents who are nervous or who are in a second thought that they should start with speech therapy for their child?
I would say ज़्यादा टाइम मत रुकिए. आप डिसीजन ले सकते हैं, आपका ही डिसीजन है in the end. But what I do is that जब वो मेरे पास आते हैं evaluation के लिए, first evaluation में ही मैं उनको बता देती हूँ whether your child will need speech therapy or not. And I just simply say this only, it is your decision. If you want, we just start, see once a week, come and see for the therapy. आप therapy में देखिए क्या होता है, okay, कैसे हो रहा है, आपके बच्चे का जो रिस्पॉन्स है आप देखिए. सो दैट रियली हेल्प्स देम टू सी कि मेरा बच्चा एक्चुअली बोल पाएगा या नहीं बोल पाएगा. यू नो, आई जस्ट से ज़्यादा टाइम मत रुकिए. ओके, डोंट वेट के ओके ठीक है अभी इवैल्यूएशन हो गया है. सम पीपल थिंक लाइक दिस ऑल्सो कि इवैल्यूएशन हो गया है, अभी हम रुक के देख सकते हैं, देखेंगे 2 महीना, 3 महीना, 6 महीना. Some people have told me this also कि नहीं, a very very trusted doctors or somebody of theirs has said कि no, आ जाएगा speech बच्चे में, you don't need to take therapy. So I said, this is not really how it works. I understand your doctor may be very good at what they do. They may be a very excellent doctor in whichever field they are in, whether it's pediatrician, physician. So yeah, so if somebody is not able to afford therapy, I give them options once a week, once in 2 weeks, once in 3 weeks. If it is possible, if the child really doesn't need intensive therapy, then definitely. Otherwise, I even refer them to other therapists or other centers or government centers that charge less. Okay, so but I always say, you have all these options. आपके पास बहुत सारे options है, but आप therapy start कीजिए, आपके बच्चे के लिए best रहेगा. Yeah. So again, it's the same with adults and senior citizens also.
Okay.
So in the end, my also interest is that the patient has to improve. So I give them the options. You can come to me, you can go to somebody else. But if you have come to me for an advice, my advice is that if they need therapy, my advice is you start anywhere, but you start therapy. It is like that.
How does audiology and speech therapy at your clinic brings better outcome to your patients?
Okay, so when it comes to children, definitely, because I'm trained, I know whether a child is having a hearing issue. They come primarily with speech issue.
Okay.
But then I know by talking to them, and yeah, of course, previous reports भी अगर उनके कुछ रहेंगे तो I know whether they have a hearing issue also. But even if they don't have, अगर पहले के भी कुछ टेस्ट नहीं है, we can do our test in the clinic itself to see अगर child को hearing problem है या नहीं है. And if it turns out कि hearing problem है, then and there only we can look for a solution. So if the child has a hearing issue, if we find out through the tests, through audiometry, the hearing test, then and there we can work on the solution.
Okay.
With the hearing aids or with an ENT referral.
So you have your ENT doctor, or you do it? The hearing test you do it, or you have a ENT doctor?
So hearing test audiologists do.
Okay.
All hearing test audiologists do. Hearing aid prescriptions also we do.
Okay.
Audiologists.
Okay.
The ENT looks at the medical part of it. We look at the rehabilitation part.
Okay.
Or habilitation.
And in that medical, the medicines and everything.
Yes, that the ENT does.
Okay.
So if there is, suppose there is fluid in the ear because the child has a lot of cold and cough all the time.
Okay.
And the cold is not going. It's recurrent cold. बार cold आता है. बच्चा इतना अच्छे से रिस्पॉन्स नहीं दे रहा है. आप बुला रहे बच्चे को लेकिन वो सुन नहीं रहा है. उसके कुछ ना सपोज अगर चाइल्ड बात भी कर रहा है, ओके, लेकिन उसके वर्ड्स क्लियर नहीं है, ओके, ऐसे हो सकता है कि उसको स्पीच इशू है, ओके, बिकॉज वर्ड्स क्लियर नहीं है. ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि उसको हियरिंग इशू है, क्योंकि उसके कुछ साउंड्स स्पीच में उसके साउंड्स क्लियर नहीं है. सो दैट इज व्हाई. एंड ऑफ कोर्स वी लुक एट हिस्ट्री कि उसको सर्दी होती रहती है क्या, कान से पानी आता है क्या, पस पानी. सो इफ दीज आर द इश्यूज, देन डेफिनेटली हम ENT के पास रेफरल देते हैं. गेट द मेडिकेशन डन. फिर से हम हियरिंग टेस्ट करके देखेंगे कि हियरिंग अच्छे से कुछ इम्प्रूव हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है. Then we go about with if hearing aid is needed or not. Yeah. Okay. So then once the hearing aid is in place, अगर suppose बच्चे को hearing aid की जरूरत है तो हम hearing aid लगाते हैं बच्चे को. Then we start with therapy before only, but that's a good time and a good way to start therapy, because अगर बच्चा सुन नहीं रहा है वो बोल कैसे पाएगा. हाँ. बच्चा अगर अच्छे से सुनेगा, through the hearing aid he is able to hear now, तो therapy will be much more effective. Yeah.
So आपके यहाँ पे तो adults और senior citizens और बच्चे ऐसे भी आते होंगे जो सिर्फ लैंग्वेज रिस्ट्रिक्ट है, जिनको खाली मे बी तमिल और मराठी मतलब अपार्ट फ्रॉम हिंदी उनका खाली वो एक लैंग्वेज रेस्ट्रिक्टेड है, देन हाउ डू यू ट्रीट सच पेशेंट्स?
Okay, so if it's only a language issue, it's nothing really speech related. Speech related, of course, when it comes to adults, exercises and all, of course, I can give them. But certain languages I don't know, like as you said, Tamil, Kannada, and all that. So I refer them to a therapist who is fluent in Tamil or Kannada or whatever, in their language. So see, basic language therapy. That I have the knowledge of Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, English, I can give therapy.
Okay.
But it's if the patient doesn't understand any other language except for maybe that Tamil or Kannada or any other language, then I refer them. You go to a therapist who knows that language. So I give them a.
So you don't tell them कि आप हिंदी कि आपको एक common एक हिंदी language आनी चाहिए.
See again. I wouldn't. This is not no term like this, but language affirming. I am a language affirming therapist in that sense. Okay, so I'm not going to force you to learn Hindi or to learn English.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm talking about adults, senior citizens. Okay, आपको अगर English नहीं आती मैं हिंदी में थेरेपी दूंगी. अगर आपको हिंदी नहीं आती मैं इंग्लिश में थेरेपी दूंगी, उर्दू में whatever. But I am not going to force you कि आप थेरेपी के थ्रू दूसरा लैंग्वेज सीखो unless and until you want to.
हाँ, because senior citizen और adults तो फिर भी ठीक है, but senior citizens का ऐसा होता है that they are only restricted to that mother tongue language.
Yes, so I tell them, like there's Gujarati and all. So I tell them, okay, I'll refer you a Gujarati therapist. She's fluent in Gujarati, he's fluent in Gujarati. You will be much comfortable with it.
Exactly.
They will be able to understand.
And you will also be able to understand what she is saying in Gujarati.
Yes, exactly. Now this is adults and senior citizens.
Yeah.
जब हम बच्चों की बात करते हैं, the parent decides. कौन से मीडियम स्कूल में जाएगा, कौन से लैंग्वेज में हम घर पे बात कर रहे हैं, कौन से लैंग्वेज में हम थेरेपी लेंगे, everything the parent decides. Okay. So now that we are in Mumbai, most of the parents are okay with Hindi and English. Yeah. So that's okay. Like we don't have that much of an issue in the clinic like that. But while I was at a government center also, I see like many parents who come from villages for therapy and all that. While I was in college and while I was working in the government center also. So now child is also restricted to Marathi.
Yeah.
So mainly Marathi therapists are needed for these children. So then we used to have that talk. आपको कौन से मीडियम वाले लैंग्वेज मीडियम वाले स्कूल में बच्चे को डालना है, आपको डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा. Whether it is English, Hindi, then because accordingly we also need to adapt like that.
Because in those also. Exactly, because in government schools or hospitals or wherever the children are, they are mostly in Mumbai. They are mostly restricted to Marathi. So they are not even ready to learn in Hindi, and most of them don't know English. And apart from all of these things, they are not ready to learn or understand some other language.
So you know that now we used to ask the parent, that कि आपको कौन से लैंग्वेज मीडियम स्कूल में डालना है बच्चे को. Now if they decide English, हमें इंग्लिश मीडियम बच्चे को इंग्लिश आना चाहिए. Now it is a universal language. It is a fact. They want that for their child, but उनको खुद को इंग्लिश नहीं आती है. Okay, so we say because now child is already language delayed. ठीक है, लैंग्वेज में पीछे है बच्चा, आपको सेशन भी थेरेपी इंग्लिश में लेनी है. ओके, बट यू पेरेंट हैज टू स्टार्ट लर्निंग इंग्लिश बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द चाइल्ड्स टाइम इज विद द पेरेंट. अगर पेरेंट घर पे मराठी में बात कर रहा है एंड एब्सोल्युटली फॉर अ लैंग्वेज डिलेड चाइल्ड it does become a little difficult.
Yeah.
Now, this is not to say that how many ever languages we expose the child to, it is going to become more difficult. Absolutely not. That is a myth.
Okay.
Okay, we can expose the child to as many languages, but you know, those languages need to be spoken at home also if we want the child to become a little fluent in.
Because child comes in a therapy center for 1 or 2 hours maximum.
Yeah, exactly. And 1 or 2 hours a week.
Huh.
Yeah, you know. And then child is in school. In school also, whatever the medium of language period रहता है, like Hindi, Marathi, Spanish, whatever they are learning. But now these are very young children. You know, when they come home, if they are exposed to the language that the parents want the child to learn, it is a good idea for the parents also to start speaking that language, especially for children who are naturally delayed in language, developmentally delayed in language. They need a little more exposure. They need, because they're
Yeah.
coming to therapy, because why they're coming to therapy, because more exposure, more techniques we are teaching them. So it is a good idea to have it at home also.
So for like you have children only with language delay, मतलब जिनका खाली language नहीं है या जिनको autism behaviors है plus language नहीं है,
Yes.
मतलब
Yes.
both of the children.
Yes, I've had children with voice issues, language issues, speech issues, syndromic.
Yeah.
Syndromic, like that. Yeah. So it's pretty multimodality. Many things are affected. So we have to work on quite many things in the session.